Baku speaking. Hello dear listeners. You are tuned into Azerbaijan International Radio. We are starting our English broadcast from the capital Baku. We welcome you to our analytic program. I'm your host Elçin Mirzaev. USAID has always maintained a hypocritical position against Azerbaijan. The exposure of USAID, an executor of chaos and civil unrest mechanisms in various countries including the South Caucasus, continues. Investigations reveal that USAID has funded 707 media outlets, 6,200 journalists and 279 NGOs operating in the field of journalism. It is now evident that this funding is directed towards smear campaigns against states pursuing independent policies. Official Baku has notified the United States that there is no legal basis for USAID's activities and has demanded the cessation of these operations. Many countries, including Azerbaijan, are ending their cooperation with this organization. USAID has always taken a hypocritical stance against Azerbaijan. Its goal has been to hinder Azerbaijan's development and implement a plan to accept territorial losses. However, all of these nefarious plans were thwarted in time. Unable to accept Azerbaijan's restoration of its territorial integrity and sovereignty, USAID has openly supported Armenia since 2020, backing separatism and revanchism. For this purpose, it allocated millions of dollars to Armenia in an attempt to create hybrid threats against Azerbaijan and instigate chaos in the country. Nevertheless, due to President Ilham Aliyev's resolute policies, hybrid threats and international disinformation campaigns against Azerbaijan have collapsed. The true face of USAID, which once posed threats to countries, has now become evident to the world. The organization has been exposed as a structure used in criminal and malicious schemes. I believe that other organizations threatening world nations will share the same bitter fate as USAID. The road to Nakhchivan, or rather the road from Azerbaijan to Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan seeks an unhindered route to its integral part, Nakhchivan, without customs or border checks. President Ilham Aliyev is firmly committed to the logic of the road from Azerbaijan to Azerbaijan. Notably, an unhindered connection to Nakhchivan is stipulated in the tripartite statement signed on November 10, 2020 as part of Armenia's capitulation. Incidentally, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan at a press conference on January 31st stated that issues such as national legislation, jurisdiction, sovereignty and territorial integrity cannot hinder the unblocking of regional communications. This comment was made while addressing Azerbaijan's demands for a route to Nakhchivan. Let's take a closer look at what else he emphasized. During the press conference, Pashinyan revealed the dire consequences Armenia will face if it refuses to sign the statement, hinting at his nation's precarious situation. This essentially confirmed Armenia's defeat, which he had previously denied when asserting that the tripartite statement did not portray his country as a defeated state. It's also worth noting that Azerbaijan seeks the right to free movement in its historical territories, areas unjustly taken from its people. After all, a century is not a long period in the grand scheme of history. Everything is clear as day. Thus, Azerbaijan's demand for an unhindered route to Nakhchivan is both legitimate and justified. Neither Armenia's leadership nor anyone else has the right to present this demand differently. Interestingly, Pashinyan's remarks contain a potentially constructive element. He stated that national legislation, jurisdiction, sovereignty and territorial integrity should not impede communication routes. This aligns with Azerbaijan's position that the road to Nakhchivan should not be perceived as a challenge to Armenia's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Official Baku has not made any territorial claims against Armenia. Pashinyan also mentioned that Armenia is interested in opening the Nakhchivan route and participating in regional communication projects. He acknowledged that Armenia will benefit from these routes and expressed readiness for certain simplifications. However, he didn't clarify what these simplifications entail, leaving the matter ambiguous despite its critical importance. In conclusion, Pashinyan's statements about opening the Nakhchivan route and regional communication could be interpreted differently. However, there is no need for further speculation as the situation is clear. It indicates that official Yerevan is reluctant to meet Baku's demands. Furthermore, Armenia's increasing militarization poses a clear threat to regional communications.